Deep, shiny teeth, ayy, tell me what's your beef, cause I ain't one to cause a problem, I'm just out here doing me, yeah, honestly not rowdy, not my fault.
Yo, what's good everybody? It's your boy back at it with another video. It's been a while, you know. Just been doing my thing lately, you feel me? A lot of shit been going on. But I wanna make it up for you guys to do a video or whatnot, you know. And by the looks of it, it's a beautiful day outside in the New York City area. And I thought maybe I'll do a video while I'm outside chilling. You understand? But anyways guys, I want to talk about Kevin Samuels and how I feel about his content and him as a person and what he's been doing lately. So, you know what I'm saying, I've heard about Kevin Samuels a while back, but I just wasn't paying too much attention on him that much, you know what I'm saying, based on like what his videos is all about in the beginning, you know, and based on the memes, based on what everybody was talking about, saying about how he put women on blast and stuff like that. So I was really intrigued with it, how I'm hearing about the rumors and gossip about what's going on with his channel and whatnot. So I took the liberty to, like, you know, check out his channel and watch what he's talking about. And I mean, as a man, I can really say that, you know, I've been talking about things like that on my videos for a very long time, and based on what Kevin Samuels be talking about, put the nail on the coffin on how, you know, today's modern women, no matter if it's black women, white women, Latinas, whatever, but just modern women, rather if it's like millennials, well, you know, between millennials to Gen Z, but you know, Gen Z ain't ready for this show, but so far they're kind of fucking up. But based on boomers and millennials, how women act these days, you know what I'm saying? And I've been talking about this in my videos for years, talking about how, you know, women and their bullshit, how women always like them to emasculate men, and how women are overly masculine about things about, you know, their concept of being a woman and all this I'm an independent woman type bullshit. And pretty much we're at that point where guys are getting tired of that bullshit, you know what I mean? So for me, it's really true, to the point where men are tired of women trying to challenge men. Men are tired of being overlooked because these basic ass broads be too busy looking in a different direction. By looking in different directions, I mean by meeting guys who are no good for them. And Kevin Samuels can point out so much, you know, and then these chicks on the broadcast or the podcast he be posting on his YouTube channel, you know, talk about their relationships and their past relationships and why they're still single and all that crazy shit. Let me just stand up for a minute, because I can't be sitting down too long. But I mean, my perception is that this is what we deal with in an everyday basis with American women. But let's not just put it American women, because, you know, there are women around the world who do act like this. But even though I really fuck with the foreign chicks, even some of them act a little nonchalant, or, you know, that type of attitude. That's just human nature by default. So let's just say this: modern women. Let's just be very specific, not general, because I'm not here to bash every woman. But if it doesn't apply to you, it's not really pointing out to you. But sometimes with women on these channels, on his channel, let me be specific. Anytime that these women on Kevin Samuels' channel who are closed-minded, who are easily offended, are the ones who do the most. You know? And the thing is that with Kevin Samuel, he's pretty much putting down the plot of what's wrong with women, why they're single, why they're making the same mistakes, meeting these terrible men. And to me, just like any other fellow man, I appreciate how he's actually pointing out to females and exposing the fact that this is what today's women has to offer. You know, when anytime that women talk about compromising, or well, not just compromising, but just the way how men have to compromise and a woman don't do jack diddly shit, you know? And anytime a woman is like talking about, oh, why can't I get a man, or why am I attracted to the men who out there wanting my coochie and all that other crazy shit. And the truth of the matter is that even if they were, like, let's be real, no matter if it's a low value man or a high value man, pussy is pussy. We want that shit. You know what I mean? So that's just how human nature goes. That's just how sex works. Sex is just not just yourself. It's just would have been just masturbation. And dudes ain't trying to be jerking off or settle for less or settle for nothing. You know? And sometimes these women have nothing on the table except their looks and their drama. You know what I'm saying? And I'm not saying that there's no good women out there. But the problem is that some women would rather prioritize dudes who ain't shit than the dudes who deserve it, you know? So the average, where this is the thing that I appreciate with Kevin Samuels, is that he hate when women always, like, when I mean by always, like always shitting on the average looking men. And I don't know, based on looks, my version of average is someone who's not that, like, all that, but at the same time, he has little status. At least he's trying. He's doing the best he could be, but he's never no person who's a celebrity type, some musclehead type motherfucker, or someone who got, you know, money like that, or a certain look. In other words, fit a certain woman's standards. So, in my opinion, I really think that it's true how, I think it's true how Kevin Samuels is pointing out the fact that women are not choosing the good men who are either trying or do have it. You know what I mean? Rather, if they're like I mentioned in my videos years ago, talking about men who have a career in whatever field, rather if it's like police, firefighters, who've been in the military, who are computer design, graphic designer, or computer tech, IT, or whatever, or just, it's just like a normal job, you know? And I'm not saying that those dudes don't get pussy, but my thing is that if there's a man who got money, he has money. He may not have a six-figure income or whatever, but it doesn't necessarily mean that he can't provide. You know what I'm saying? Sometimes it's hard. And on top of that, there's some decent people who do have jobs, who don't have their own apartment, have to live with family members, mothers, whatever. But that's beyond the case, though. But sometimes women will look upon those things. They don't care how the person is good. They don't care about how, you know, you are as an individual. They don't care if, you know, in the sense of you being a compassionate person. just like Kevin Samuels would say, that the problem is that women are just looking for something to stroke their ego, or looking for a relationship or a person that doesn't really exist. So in my opinion, I don't say that, you know, nobody can't find love, but we find love in the wrong places, and that's just how life is. And by saying so is that people fall in love with the image of somebody, but the personality do dictate rather if this person is or isn't the right person for them. And women will fall in love with assholes and drug dealers and thugs and gangsters, and yet anytime they meet a nice person, he weird because he's normal. But you know, like I said with Kevin Samuels, he'll point down the problem with some females is that they expect that, oh, they deserve better, but they don't put nothing to the table. So they're not attracting who they want, and they get mad because, you know, you show no value. But sometimes with women who either get rejected or get mad at the man for whatever he did, or just the fact that he don't want her ass, they want to label this guy gay. Like, that's just really cliche. You know what I'm saying? I don't understand why women just think that. You know, just because a man don't want you don't mean he gay. You know? And on top of that, just because he offended you doesn't mean that you gotta put it all out of proportion. Like, even if he didn't really offend you, just, you know, that's the thing. Some women are just too sensitive to the point where they lash out for the wrong reasons and don't fucking listen. If you say, I don't like how this is going, or I don't like your attitude, then they get offended. So I can see where even with me, there are some women who bash men because of their whatever reason. And the truth of the matter is, all you're doing is stroking their ego. And sometimes when it comes to women who have an ego, they will do whatever they can, rather if it's love bombing, rather if it's like 1 minute they don't get what they want, they gaslight somebody, and whatever the case may be. And that's how toxic relationships work, you know. So for me, I don't like to be around women who don't have nothing going on with themselves. I mean, if there's a person who's trying, or if a person who has a good personality, it works. Otherwise, if they own that materialistic type of shallow thinking, then I can't fuck with her. But let's be real, for men, we want a woman who's beautiful in the inside and the outside, but it's hard to get that. It's rare. It's because either they're taken, either they on some lesbian shit, or they don't want to be looked for, you know? And sometimes women would always put this whole, I'm celibate, I'm not looking for nobody, and whatever, and they push away some things that could matter to them. You know what I mean? I've seen this before many occasions, even with me when I try to holler at chicks. Not even just a woman who I'm just trying to be into. It'd be a chick that, you know, you just asking a simple question, or you need help with something, they act like, oh, you want them. And those are the type of chicks I can't stand. But anyways, with Kevin Samuels, he pointed out exactly what men face every single day with the double standards, with the fact that women have an ego. Women don't know how to fucking be women. Everything has to be a fucking challenge. Everything has to be a debate. Everything has to be a drama versus you just being you and even having an opinion. You know what I'm saying? I mean, let's be real. It's just that women think differently from men, and that's fucking true. But the truth of the matter is that sometimes sometimes is that men we like things just simple. We like things just like the good men. Let's just say that the good men who got their shit together, they want something that is, to their taking, their likings. But a complicated man, he's not gonna fuck with a woman who is on some dumb shit. Or, but let's just put it in perspective. There's men who are okay with simping, and there's some men that aren't okay with simping. And there's some men who will play games just to get what they want to hurt women. And at the end of the day, women will always go with the guy who is number 3 that I listed, who is good at playing mind games to hurt them, left the ass dry and pregnant, high and dry and pregnant. And then that's when women will be like, oh, men ain't shit, niggas ain't shit, and all this other dumb shit. So with Kevin Samuels, he seen it, he heard it, he experienced it. So it's kind of like he's a complete opposite of what Steve Harvey is doing. He ain't writing books for hoes. He ain't writing books for how to think like a man, act like a man, and all this dumb shit. He wants women to really think logically about why this is what it is. And sometimes when women, but here's the thing about Kevin Samuels, he will observe a woman's voice, he will observe the woman's mannerisms, and on top of that, observe her mental state. And that's a good strategy that most men need to do. You know, you gotta really know what this woman is all about, and use your instincts. If the woman can use her instincts, so can a man. You know, body language will speak indubitably. You know? So, you know, and that's the thing about Kevin Samuels. He would like to think what women really think, how they feel about themselves. And if they said like, oh, the rate scale, you know, the scale between 1 to 10, how do you measure, you know, how do you think you look? You know, and I'll be seeing those videos where like this girl thinks she's a 10, she'll be like, oh, you a 7, you a 5, you a 6, you a 2. I'm like, god damn. That shit is funny as fuck because, you know, some of these women be delusional. You know, you got women who don't look like a fucking 10, act like they are. And, I mean, there's millions of 10s out there, but even women who have a 10 on personality will have a low rate of a personality, like a 1, 2, -5, 3, 4, and I be seeing them shits. But you know, as a person, you can admit that you're not perfect. You know, I can't even rate my personality to everybody in truth. But in my opinion, I mean, I think I have a great personality, but I got shit that I've been having troubles with, you know? And, you know, at the end of the day, y'all, the truth of the matter is that you know who you are, and you know what you're capable of. Some people don't see that. Some people don't understand. And that's where narcissistic people don't really get, the people who have a personality disorder. You know? So that kind of ruins things in relationships, is to be with people who are narcissistic or have a personality disorder, like a complex personality disorder, or, you know, bipolar or whatever. And like, one thing about I can really say is that with Kevin Samuels is that he does not sugarcoat whatsoever. And that's what I mean. He is like the polar opposite of Steve Harvey. He ain't out there trying to tell women how to think like a man, act like a man, and all this other dumb simp shit. He ain't teaching women how to be a simp. He's just trying to tell women the brutal, honest, ugly truth about what they are and why they're in that predicament. You know what I'm saying? And it's really the women who fail to see that or fail to realize guys that will clash onto him, and there's the ones who are open-minded, and you know, some of them are like, okay, well, thank you, and blah blah blah, and the ones who are close-minded, like, hell, fuck you, you ain't shit. And the truth of the matter is, it's like he's pretty much showing us guys that the ball has to be on your corner if you want some side for a confrontation when it comes to women. And sometimes women use that approach when anytime shit don't go in their way, or anytime they want to argue and bitch and complain. So if a man would be cool, calm, and collective, and he wants some type of intake or want to know what's going on with shorty, and she's on that rah-rah shit, he's not going to hear that. He's not going to fucking process that mindset, thinking like, okay, no. Some women, let's be real, some women love to talk. And everything is like self-absorbed. And that's what's wrong with some westernized women, is that they're so self-absorbed. And no matter how much you want to talk about things, no matter how much you want to reflect, it's like the corner has to go back on them. And the ones with Kevin Samuels gotta tell bitches to shut the fuck up and listen. You know, and you can see the demeanor that he pretty much take. You know, you see the demeanor, how he acts, and how women approach to that in a negative or positive way. And he's not out there trying to tell women bitches and shut my dick and all this other dumb shit. I mean, the truth of the matter is that this is what men should act like. When anytime they looking for a relationship, anytime that they trying to expose somebody who's on some bullshit, or anytime that they want to elaborate with women, this is the result. And if the positive is that if they are really grasping the knowledge and understanding the true reality of things, then they will change that mindset. If they're not, they're going to be ratchet, self-absorbed, rude, disrespectful, and all this other shit. But the truth is that this is what modern women act like. They think it's okay to be belligerent. They think it's okay to be hostile. Because of feminists, because of these fucking LGBT, the Me Too movement, it's way on these fucking women's head. You know? And the truth of the matter is that they're losing their values as women to be very classy, feminine, nurturing, and etc. Because of feminists, it's like, oh, men ain't shit, and you know, rapists and misogynists and chivalrous and all this other crazy shit. So the problem is that it's harder for good men, average Joes like you and I, to be in relationships. It's because of that mindset. Women really think that all niggas ain't shit, all men ain't shit. We out there for pussy. I mean, yes, even if that was the case, if we have a heart, we're gonna show it. If we don't got a heart, then fuck it. And it's up to you to choose it. And if there's and I'm not saying women are not dumb. Women can be smart. But there's some women who can be fucking dumb. It's usually the dumb women who fall in love with the niggas who ain't shit, versus the man who makes an honest living, rather if he did have an office job, or doctorate, or a lawyer, or lower than that, work at a fucking restaurant, rather if he's working at fucking McDonald's or Burger King, or having to clean floors or wash dishes and shit like that. The point of the matter is the nigga got a job. He out there striving. It ain't forever, or maybe it's temporary or something, depends on if he likes the job or not. There's always room to elevate, y'all. for men. But if the woman is not going to be patient or who's going to accept you for who you are, then she ain't the one. A woman wants like, oh, he got to have status. Oh, he got to have a huge income level. You have to make 6 figures and all this other crazy shit. And those are the type of same women who have nothing on the table. They have nothing. They don't fucking cook. They don't fucking clean. They don't want to fucking listen. Everything is revolved around them. Like, you have to be the nanny. You have to be the Superman. You have to be the janitor. You will have to be everything while she sits on her fucking ass all day watching Love and Hip Hop or whatever these fucking reality TV shows they watch. And this is what some women are thinking on an everyday fucking basis. You know? And again, this is not entirely every woman. And if a woman's actually watching my channel and don't really understand it, then bitch, get the fuck out of my damn channel. Yes, I said it. You know what I mean? Not every woman is like this, but at the same time, and how I look at it, if you see a lot of women who act in this way, then chances are all these women are the same. If a woman will say, where are the good men at? We right here. We at home chilling. We at work. With our boys. We're doing our sports. We're playing video games. We're doing things what men enjoy to do. You know what I'm saying? You want to attract assholes and drug dealers, go to the fucking streets. Go to the club. The only way that you can see a good man is at a positive environment. Even if he was in a positive environment, you know, there are some men, there are some good men. They may not look like a fucking Denzel Washington, or they may not look like a Michael B. Jordan or Chris Brown or whoever. You know, maybe a guy who look like me and is a good person. But at the end of the day, y'all not choosing a person like me because we're not in your level. We don't fit your standards, or whatever. But with Kevin Samuels is that he's showing y'all is that this is what y'all think. This is the mistakes y'all do. Y'all not changing. Y'all never gonna change. Y'all not amount to shit. Y'all gonna fucking be alone for the rest of your life, being surrounded by your fucking bastard ass children, or with your fucking animals, with cats and kittens and shit. And that's the worst thing to do, is die alone. But look, everybody has a capability to die alone. You know what I mean? I think the whole purpose is that nobody, or unless somebody murder you, but everybody can always die alone by themselves. But dying without having a relationship, that sucks. And this is something that I'm trying to learn not to do. But it's not easy. It's not easy to find love. It's not easy to convince women with anything. They think it's okay to be closed-minded. It's okay to be a rude bitch. It's okay to be self-absorbed and self-centered and selfish. Anything with self, that's just what it all has to offer. With Kevin Samuels, I like his channel. I don't watch it all the time. You know, he ain't on no, like I said, no Steve Harvey shit or Tommy Sotomayor or any of this stuff. It's like he's just stating the actuality of what women are and what they face, and the mistakes that some of them don't really correct. You know what I'm saying? And there are some women who are on his channel either bashing him, trying to look cute, trying to stunt, and there are some who are looking for legitimate advice. So, anyways, y'all, I know it's a 30-minute video. I'm sorry for that to be this long, but I got a whole lot to say on this topic. So, Anyways, y'all, thank y'all for tuning in. I'd like to know everybody's opinion. Leaving comments in the comment sections below. Don't forget to hit that bell icon, like, share, and most importantly, is to subscribe to the motherfucking channel. You dig? SBX, wrapping this shit up. Thanks for watching.